Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm now going to be talking about the Homestead Miami weekend for Cup, Xfinity and the Truck Series. But before we get into that, let's first talk about next week's schedule race, which will be at the Madhouse, quote unquote, at Martinsville, the paperclip I should really say, for Cup, Xfinity and the Truck Series. So on Friday, November 1st will be basically Truck Series Day. At 1:35 PM and 2:10 PM will be practice qualifying for the Truck Series. Both of them will be on FS2. Then at 6 PM will then be the Truck Series race for the running of the Zip Buy Now Pay Later 200. They'll be on FS1, MRN, and SiriusXM. Then for the Xfinity Series, also on a Friday at 3:35 or 4:10 PM will be practice and qualifying for the Xfinity Series. Both will be streaming on NBC Sports. Then on Saturday, November 2nd at 3:30 PM will then be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the National Debit Relief 250. That'll be on the CW Network, MRN, and SiriusXM. And then finally for the Cup Series at 1 PM and 2:05 PM will be practice or qualifying for the Cup Series. Both of them will be streamed on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. And on Sunday, November 3rd at 2 PM Eastern Time will then be the Cup Series race for the running of the Xfinity 500. They'll be on NBC, streaming on NBC Sports, MRN, and SiriusXM. Let's now have a look now at the Truck Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Homestead is Grant Enfinger for the second race in a row, followed by Ty Majeski, Connor Mosak, Corey Heim, Tyler Ankrum, Stuart Freeze, and Daniel Dye Roger, Caruth, Christian Eckers, and Taylor Gray ran out of the top 10. Then we have Matt Kraft and Ben Rhodes, Nick Sanchez, Caden Honeycutt, and Dean Thompson ran out of the top 15. The main thing about this race is the incident between Connor Jones and Matt Mills. Apparently, reportedly, these two have had some trouble throughout the season and during the race as well. We're basically coming to turn 3 and 4, I believe. Jones basically dumped Matt Mills, and pretty sad as well because Matt Mills is now in hospital. He is now at a local hospital and he'll be there overnight, according to the team of Nismo Sports. And it's such a shitty situation as well because like, Connor, yes, he got held 2 laps down pit road, which is fair. But at the same time, I mean, look, it doesn't really make sense that Connor still got to race even though Matt Mills was in hospital. I can maybe understand that. Maybe he didn't know that Matt Mills was in hospital. But same time, I think there should be a bit more of a punishment. I think maybe 5 laps. I don't think or even be parked might maybe be the best option in my opinion, just because he put someone in danger. I mean, look at like Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, or Matt Kenseth wrecking Joe Logano, or Bubba Wallace wrecking Kyle Larson, or Kyle Busch as well wrecking Ron Hornaday back in 2011. I think all those drivers got parked. I mean, yeah, definitely got parked. Hell, even Matt Kenseth, I think got parked for 2 races. So I think Connor Jones should definitely be parked, just because, I mean, he's young, he's 18, which is crazy to say that, you know, he's still a kid racing these trucks in ThorSport equipment, where, I mean, Ty Majeski, he was up in 2nd, Matt Crafton was down in 11th, Ben Rhodes as well. The only one is, I'm pretty sure was not in the top 15 is Jake Garcia, but it's just like, really, man? And you're supposed to be like the future of the protege of ThorSport racing, and you do this shit? Like, are you stupid? Like, I get it, tempers, but you shouldn't like at least try and risk someone's life. Like, it's still a dangerous sport. Motorsport can still, you know, I mean, hurt people. See, now Matt Mills is he's now in hospital. Look as well in the NHRA. John Force, he's now in hospital. I don't know what his condition is right now. I still hope that he is okay still. But you see, like, motorsport is still dangerous in either motorsport discipline that you're a fan of. NASCAR, F1, IndyCar, NHRA, World of Outlaw, sprint car racing. You know, it's still a dangerous sport. And he intentionally wrecked Matt Mills. And it's just, well, it's basically black and white that he intentionally wrecked into him. And how he even admitted it as well. So I am all for, like, you know, Connor Jones being in park for the next 2 races, or maybe like the next 2 races that he competes in. You know, like if he is maybe now gonna be like a full-time driver for ThorSport racing, maybe he'll be parked for the next 2 races that he competes in. I'm not too sure, but NASCAR needs to do something about this because it's getting ridiculous that these young ass drivers who they're too hot-headed and shit are crashing into these veterans like Matt Mills, who is a well veteran driver who has been in the NASCAR series for a while now. Like hell, he used to compete in the Xfinity series as well. So it's something that NASCAR needs to do to put these young drivers in their place to be like, oi, you don't do that here in this sport. You don't intentionally wreck someone just because you're too hot-headed. You need to calm yourself down, okay? We don't need another Kurt Busch moment or even another Carson Hocevar moment where he ruined a championship race in like a couple years ago. So that's just my take on it. But yeah, it's something that I'm not a fan of. I'll be honest. I like good racing, but I don't like good racing when it turns into someone's life getting risked. So that's what I'll say about that. But let's have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 15. And what do we talk about? I mean, there is Connor Jones down in 25th place after being held for 2 laps. I mean, at least he still got a bad finish, which is a good sign, but at the same time, he should still be parked. Nothing really else. I mean, Bailey Curry also had a miserable day. Frankie Muniz, he was just announced to be driving for full-time for Williams Brothers Racing next year. He finished down in 33rd. And down in last place is Matt Mills after his incident with Connor Jones. I do hope that he's okay. My thoughts and prayers does go out to him. Let's now have a look now at the Truck Series standings. So this is now what the standings now looks like after Homestead. Grant Finger has won both Talladega and Homestead. Could he maybe potentially do it 3 in a row at Martinsville? Followed by Corey Heim plus 49, Christian Eckers plus 38, and Ty Majeski plus 22. It's going to take quite a lot of shit to take both of those three to take those 3 drivers outside of the top 4. Roger Cruz is the first driver out, minus 22. Taylor Gray minus 24. Tyler Ankrum minus 41. And Nick Sanchez minus 43. You can technically say that Nick Sanchez and Tyler Ankrum are in a must-win situation, but Taylor Gray and Roger Cruz, they can potentially maybe points their way in. But at the same time, Heim, Eckers, and Majeski is going to take quite a lot of beating or quite a lot of luck as well to get into the playoffs. Well, I should say into the championship 4. But let's have a look now at the Xfinity Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Homestead is Austin Hill. Yes, he won in a non-super speedway track. Everyone clapped for him. Followed by Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed, Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, and AJ Allmendinger ran out the top 10. Then you have Parker Kligerman, Connor Zilish, Chandler Smith, Kyle Weatherman, and Anthony Alfredo ran out top 15. I'm trying to think of something to potentially talk about, but there's nothing really. I'll be honest. Like, I could maybe talk about Josh Williams losing a tire and that collecting Ryan Truex, maybe, but that didn't really change much other than just a caution in the last 40-50 laps. Even there was some strategy involved with green flag pit stops, I should say, like Custer, Hill, and Jesse Love, I believe, they all pitted together. Eric Almirola, I'm pretty sure, pitted 1 lap before them. Drivers were gambling like Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen, Brennan Jones. Those 3 drivers were gambling on potentially a late race caution. That didn't happen, obviously. Van Gisbergen and Jones got the worst of it. They were a lap down and outside of the top 15. AJ Allmendinger, he finishes up in 10th place, which is still pretty good, but it could have been better if, there was a late race yellow. There was maybe some water between the 7 and the 1 pit box, but nothing really happened in this race. There was definitely some good strategy involved, but if we talk about maybe events that really happened, nothing really much, I'll be honest. But it was mainly green flag pit stops that really happened. But Austin Hill, he is now the first playoff driver in the Xfinity Series to lock himself into the championship 4. Wow. So that is that. But let's now have a look now at the other finishers outside of the top 15. Like I mentioned, Shane Van Gisbergen down 17th, Brandon Jones down 19th after gambling on a potential late race yellow. Finishes down in 17th and 19th respectively. And Sammy Smith, I still don't know how the hell he made it to the round of 8 just because of his lone win at Talladega. He finishes down in 22nd. 22nd. Man was nowhere in Junior Motorsports equipment. Brandon Jones had a much better run than Sammy Smith. There's a reason why that he's not being signed up to Junior Motorsports. Actually, no, man, he is. Fuck, no, man. I am wrong. But either way, I mean, he's technically in a must-win situation. Josh Williams, like I mentioned before, he finished down in 27th after losing a tire and collecting Ryan Truex, who finishes up in 21st, which is still pretty good for him. Williams Sawalish, who I think had a tire going down, hit the wall, had to come down pit road. He finished down 24th after announcing that he'll be joining Joe Gibbs Racing next year in the Xfinity Series. This is also his first start in the Xfinity Series, which I was not expecting. Who else can we really talk about? Matt Benedetto, he had a overheating problem. He finished down in last place. Nick Lights, I should say, with a suspension problem, while Thomas Anizadia had a next-gen problem, also retiring as well. Let's now look now at the Xfinity Series standings. So this is now what the standings now looks like, and I just want to correct something. AJ Allmendinger and Austin Hill are both locked into the championship four. So now there's only 2 spots remaining for the championship four. Justin Allgaier and Cole Custer, that both of them occupy that space, plus 35 and plus 28 respectively. On the bubble below, Chandler Smith minus 28, Jesse Love minus 35, Sam Mayer minus 47, and basically in must-win situations, Sammy Smith minus 95. I have never seen someone outside of the bubble that much minus 95 points. That just shows how mediocre he is. But let's now look down at the Cup Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series at Homestead is Tyler Reddick, followed by Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, Carson Hocevar, and Ryan Preece ran out the top 10. Now Josh Berry, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Mike McDowell, and Chris Buescher ran out the top 15. Okay, well, I guess the first question is the number 7 car just cursed or something? Because, I mean, Justin Haley spun out twice in this race. Twice and in front of the field. I mean, how unlucky do you have to be to spin out twice? Well, you can also ask that question as well to Kyle Larson, who also crashed as well twice. First one, I think he might have cut it. I think he hit the wall and cut a tire down, and that basically caused him to lose quite a lot of laps, and well, actually literally no laps, but he was like down in like a 30th or something. Then he's worked his way up. He was up to 3rd place. He was battling for the win until 3 wide. He spun out on his own. Seriously, Kyle. Just like from the same driver who said that he's better than Max Verstappen. Sure. You're not really making a good name for yourself if you spun out twice, or spun out once and then crashed out. Oh, well, I should say I hit the wall. So, no, good look, I'll be honest, for Larson. But the main thing everyone is talking about is that finish. I mean, it's fair. Basically, 2 laps ago, it was looking like Denny Hamlin was going to win this race. He was leading up until the backstretch, when then Ryan Blaney took over and led. It was like, oh my god, these two are going to battle it out. And then Tyler Reddick comes in, and he just rim-ride the wall around the outside of turns 3 and 4 to steal the win from both of them, from 3rd to 1st in 2 laps. I mean, wow, that is, and I've seen as well on Twitter and on social media, we are being spoiled with these amazing finishes. I mean, Kansas is a big one. Texas is a big one as well, surprisingly, in the Xfinity Series. Watkins Glen, Atlanta, and now this at Homestead. I mean, like, it's amazing that we're getting these close-ass finishes this year in 2024. I mean, this year is going to be remembered fondly by many NASCAR fans as a whole. So I'm glad that, you know, us like NASCAR YouTubers can cover this, and I think this is great. I mean, I'm loving this season. Yes, the only bad things have been, I guess you can say maybe like the Bristol races have been alright. I mean, and I guess the big one as well was the lawsuit happening between NASCAR and Front Row Motorsports in 2011 Racing. That's obviously the biggest thing that everyone's talking about in the charter system and stuff. But I think that this year regarding the on-track is going pretty well for us, which is good. But let's now look down at the other finishes outside of the top 15. Well, the only playoff driver that's outside of the top 15 is Joey Logano, 28th. I mean, and this driver, it has already locked himself into the Championship 4. I mean, how is this guy in Championship 4? Just because of luck? Because of Alex Bowman? And hell, Bowman, he was the first non-playoff driver. Like, I don't understand. Oh my god, like, the amount of luck that this guy has had in his season, like, in his entire career is crazy. So, 28th place for a playoff driver. That is just disappointing, I'll be honest. I think he will be like, if he didn't win at Las Vegas, he would have been like minus 50 or 60 points by now, I believe. Like, he would be pretty far out and he would be in a must-win situation. There's Justin Haley, who spun out twice, finishes out in 34th in front of Corey LaJoie. That's a bit ironic. J.G. Haley was the only driver to retire because of an incident. He finishes out in 38th place. Let's now look now at the standings for the Cup Series. So this is now what the standings now looks like after Homestead. Tyler Reddick and Joe Logano have both locked himself into the playoffs. As you can see, if there was, no points, or I should say, if none of those drivers won, then Joe Logano would be minus 33. I mean, stupidity. I gotta say Tyler Reddick because, Reddick crashed in Las Vegas, and he's been very, very competitive in all those races, so it's fair minus 5. But the only two drivers who have yet to lock himself in, Christopher Bell plus 29, who should be safe. Then we have William Byron plus 7. Then on the bubble, Kyle Larson minus 7. Denny Hamlin minus 18. Our reigning champion Ryan Blaney, he finishes second, minus 38. And Chase Elliott, who was battling for the lead and finishes out in 4th place, I believe, minus 43. I mean, what the hell? Like, Hamlin and Blaney, who was battling for the win, minus 18, minus 38 respectively. Chase Elliott at minus 43, and Kyle Larson, who spun out twice and crashed himself out multiple times, only minus 7. I mean, that just shows how important stage points are and stuff. But Reddick and Logano, they will be at Phoenix. So just a reminder that the next scheduled race will be at Martinsville for Cup, Xfinity, and the Truck Series for the penultimate race of the season. So now, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me, especially on this channel. Yeah, Martinsville is going to be very interesting, especially in the Xfinity Series. We know how wild the Xfinity Series can be at Martinsville. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.